For more information, check out my blog, dukai.com. Follow me. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get my super sleek straight hair that so many of you guys have been requesting. This is my go-to hair look lately, so if you guys want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. I always like to start with freshly washed hair, and I'm just going to brush through my hair. I like to use both of these combs because I just find it easier to brush out my hair with these. I like the paddle brush because it takes out the tangles easily, and then I use the vent brush to really get in there and help me out. So you can use one brush if you'd like, it's totally up to you. So anyways, brushing through my hair, and then I'm going to apply some product into my hair. I've really been neglecting my hair lately, so I've been trying to take care of it, and I've been using this protein cream by Caviar, and I've really been enjoying it. I feel like it's really been helping my hair out, especially because I've been using a lot of heat on my hair, and it's been super cold in Toronto, so this has been really helping. So I put this from mid shaft to end. I don't put this on my scalp because your scalp doesn't really need it. This is mostly for mid shaft and ends. Then I'm going to make sure that I brush this through so that it is evenly coated on all of my hair strands. And yeah, then I'm just going to remove the moisture from my hair. So I'm just going to roughly blow dry it. I'm not going to be using a round brush to blow dry or anything like that. I'm just going to roughly dry it. And this is the blow dryer that I'm using. This is my Ride or Die. I've been using this for like 4 years now. I love this blow dryer. If you guys want to know exact product names and details, they will be in the description box below, like always, so check that out. So I'm just roughly drying my hair, and one tip that I wanted to give you guys is when you're drying your hair, you never want to hold the blow dryer on one area for a long time. You always want to keep it moving, like keep the blow dryer moving, keep your hair moving, so that you cause as less heat damage as possible. This is gonna protect your hair and prevent it from getting super damaged. And yeah, and I got really hot in the middle of blow drying, so I had to change out of this robe, which is something you're gonna see right here. It's like magic. Anyways, once you're done blow drying your hair and turning yourself into Mufasa like me, I'm just going to brush through my hair, make sure there's no tangles. You're gonna see me do this a lot. I think it's really important to make sure there's no knots or tangles in your hair when you're flat ironing, because it's just a disaster to flat iron over a tangle. You always want to make sure that your hair is smooth and nice, and it's better for the health of your hair. So once I brush out my hair, I'm just gonna set my flat iron to heat up, and this is the T3 single pass 1.5 inch. I really like this flat iron. I keep it on 375 degrees, and it just tells you that it's warmed up whenever the light turns on. This is not sponsored. I paid for everything with my very own money. I'm just showing you guys what I like. And then I'm gonna apply this product into my hair. I've been using this product for many years now. I love this stuff. It has a built-in heat protectant, so I'm just putting this into mid shaft and ends and taking whatever's left over and putting it closer to the scalp, but not on the scalp. I never put product on the scalp because your scalp doesn't need it, like it's fresh hair. And of course I'm brushing this through so that all the strands are nicely and evenly coated with product. This product is amazing. It has a built-in heat protectant. It makes your hair really smooth and shiny and really nice. So now I'm just going to section off my hair because I can't do anything to my hair unless it's sectioned off. So the first section is going to be from the top of my ear going to the back of my head. And then I'm just going to clip away the extra hair that we're not using right now. Okay, time to work on the bottom section, making sure there's no tangles in the hair. I'm going to start at the very back of my head. I'm taking a 1.5 inch section because my flat iron is wider. If yours is smaller, use a smaller section. So I like to start at the roots of my hair. I run the flat iron through the roots like 3 or 4 times to make it nice and smooth, and then I go through mid shaft and ends, and I take the most time on my ends, as you can see here. So one thing that I really like to do that I've been doing for many years, even though I like my hair super sleek and kind of flat, flat isn't really the word, but you get what I'm saying. I like to over direct my hair. So what over direction means is that you're flat ironing the hair in the opposite direction that it's going to sit. So this hair is going to sit towards the back of my head, so I'm bringing it forward to the front of my head and over directing it. What this is going to do is give a little bit of lift at the roots and give more movement in the hair so that it's not just pin straight and flat. It's going to have some movement and it's just going to look really nice. So that's one thing that I can't emphasize enough. If you guys watched my previous flat iron video, I told you guys about that before. I just love over directing the hair. So I'm just doing the exact same thing. I'm running the flat iron in the hair at the roots first 3 or 4 times, and then working on mid shaft and then ends. So this section is done. I just like to brush it through just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So let me show you what I'm doing here. I grab a 1.5 inch section, I brush it through, I grab the flat iron and run it through the roots 3 or 4 times, and then I work on mid shaft and ends and over direct the hair towards the front of my head. And I take most of the time on the ends of my hair because that's the oldest hair that's on my head and it's the most damaged hair, so that takes a little bit more time to get nice and sleek. Now that that section's done, I'm going to work on the other section. So I'm just sectioning off my hair from the arch of my brows and pretty much leaving like a 2.5 inch section at the very top of my head. So this section that I just left out is going to be flat ironed the exact same way that I did the bottom section. So brushing through, starting at the very back, taking a 1.5 inch section, starting at the roots, running the flat iron through, and then working on mid shaft and ends. I personally don't like to run the flat iron slowly through my hair. I like to go quickly in the roots, quickly on the mid shaft, and then take most of my time on the ends. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but my heat setting is on about 375 degrees. I used to like doing it at 400 degrees, but I felt like it was just way too hot and I didn't want to cause too much damage to my hair, so I started doing it at 375. Adjust the temperature to your hair length and your hair texture. The curlier your hair is, the hotter you're going to want it, and the finer and less dense your hair is, the lower you're going to want the heat setting. So adjust it to your hair. 375 is not that hot for me. Like, I would use it a little hotter, but I feel like this causes less damage, so that's why I like to keep it at this. It does take a little longer to flat iron, but I don't mind it. So now that this entire section is done, I'm going to show you guys what I do on the top of my head with the remaining section. So I like to split this into 2 parts. It's going to be a front section and a back section. I'm going to clip away these sections just to show you guys the 2 different parts, but I'm going to be starting on the back section first. Now, when I was working on the sides, I was taking vertical sections and flat ironing forwards. This time, I'm going to take horizontal sections and over direct the hair all towards the front of my face. So I'm doing the same technique. I'm working on the roots first, running it through a couple times, going through the mid shaft really quickly, and then really working on the ends. And as you can see, all of the hair is coming forward, and then when I push it back, you see a little bit of lift at the roots. So this is going to give us lift and volume. And I'm just repeating the same thing until I get to the very front of the back section, if that makes sense. I will be flat ironing the very last section a little differently, which I'll explain in just a little bit. See, you guys can see just from over directing, you get a little bit of lift at the roots. I mean, you're not going to get a crazy amount of volume because you are flat ironing at the end of the day and making your hair very sleek and straight, but a little bit of lift and movement didn't hurt nobody. Okay, so once this last piece is done, we're going to work on the very last section, right after I brush through my hair. Now, this section, I'm going to be parting it. I decided to go for a center part because that's just what I was feeling this day. You can do a side part, you can do whatever you'd like, and I'm just sectioning it off. Now, this section, I don't want any volume. I want this to be very sleek and very straight and kind of flat to my head. So I'm going to be taking horizontal sections again, and this time time, I'm over directing the hair. So I'm starting at the very bottom of one side, and I'm running the flat iron through at the roots, just like before, mid shaft, and then working on the ends. But this time, I'm not over directing the hair to the front of my face. I'm just going straight down in the direction that I want the hair to sit. I hope that makes sense to you guys. You can pretty much see what I'm doing. It's probably easier to see than to hear me talk. I just really like to talk a lot. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Just flat ironing straight down. And as you can see, there's not much lift at the roots now. It's kind of laying flat, which is exactly what I want. If you want a little bit more lift at the roots and you want more movement, don't flat iron it like this. Flat iron this front section the exact same way that we did the back section. So over direct it all to the front, and then you can create your part at the very end. Of course, this is going to look different on you if you have more layers in your hair or if you have shorter bangs. This is just how I like to wear it because my hair is pretty much all one length now, almost. I just have a few like face framing layers in the front, but that's about it. I am kind of getting bored of my hair. I want to do something different. Leave me some suggestions down below what you guys think I should do. Should I leave it as it is? Or should I cut some layers into it? Or I don't know. I'm feeling that bored moment. Do you guys have that? Like, I get it like once a year where I just want to do something completely drastic to my hair, and then I really think about it because I think I'm going to regret it later. I don't know. Or am I just weird like that? Anyways, once you're done flat ironing this section, you're completely done. Right when I'm done flat ironing, I like to take my brush and just smooth it all out, make sure there's no tangles, and keeping it nice and sleek and straight. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. Please give it a great big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you're not, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!